Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're going to 1985 to take a look at Ghoulies. This is brought to us by Luca Bercovici. So what we have is a story of a young man who his father has passed away. He inherits this mansion and he's moving into that mansion with his girlfriend. Of course, you're going to have a party, but there's a dark history both to the boy and to this mansion as well, which is uncovered as the story progresses. This is good campy 80s horror is what this is. It is definitely very, very 80s. There's lots of hair. There's the funky clothes. It's very, very 1980s. There's certain things in the, never, if your friend ever says, hey, be fun, let's perform a ritual, never do. That's always, I've said this before, that's always a bad thing. And generally, ladies, this goes out to ladies, and I suppose this can apply to men as well. If you go into the basement of your new mansion and you find your boyfriend, or in perhaps case girlfriend, performing black rituals, there are certain things you should or should not do. Now, if you yourself are a member of Satan's army, well then fine, join in. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, I guess. If you're not, perhaps this is a good time to leave the house. And just never come back, because that's the type of thing you don't want to get messed up in, is someone who's performing, blood rituals and sacrifices and who knows what else in the basement. And that's just something you want to keep out of your life. It's generally, you live longer and a healthier life when you aren't dating someone who's summoning demons, or in this case, crazy little people, and puppet monsters, the Ghoulies. I love the Ghoulies themselves. The little puppet effects. They look so cool. I'm a sucker for the puppet effects. I like puppet effects. Even though, yes, they don't look all real. But first of all, have you ever seen a Ghoulie? Have you fucking seen a real Ghoulie? How do you know they don't look like puppets? Puppets are freaky, man. So, I like the overall feel of the movie. I mean, at times I think it could have been tightened up a bit. It could have been edited a little better. But I still had fun with this one, and part of it is that nostalgia of the 80s and 80s horror that it brings back to me. I didn't care. There's something in the ending, and I don't want to spoil it, because I think this is a movie you should check out if you haven't seen it. Something with the ending and the way that they deal with the resolution, I didn't care for. And you may agree with me, you may not. I'm not going to say what it is. If you think it's the same thing as me and you've watched this, you can leave a comment below, and I can tell you if we agree on the same thing or not. It's just something that they did that I don't like. I like my horror. I don't like my horror movies to have, I won't say happy ending, because sometimes I like the happy ending, but just the way the ending was done, I didn't care for. But overall, just great. When the father comes back, and yes, I'm spoiling that a little bit. The father comes back. Right now I'm blanking on the actor's name, but I love him. He plays a great villain. He plays a great evil person. He's very over the top and overacting, and I love that. And it fits so well with the roles that he tends to play. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is more of what Gremlins should have been, I think. Now, I'm not saying that this movie is a great movie. It's a fun movie, but I think this had more of the lean that I think Gremlins should have gone down, where Gremlins went the let's be family friendly and make the cute little mugwise, and then even the Gremlins themselves, they're bad, but it's kind of funny bad, and you get the humor in this one too. But I think this one went a little darker, and I think Gremlins itself, while I enjoyed the movie, I think would have been better had it gone a little bit darker. And that's what this movie did. Obviously, on much less of a budget, as far as I can tell, much less budget. And there are people who claim that this movie just ripped off Gremlins, but you know what? I think they're different enough, and the whole summoning demons thing is not something that Gremlins invented. In fact, Gremlins doesn't have summoning demons at all. That's something completely different. So yes, little puppet monsters, the same thing. Oh my God, let's end the world because there's two movies that have similar things in them. Whatever. Like I said, check this one out if you like the 80s campy horror. This one is a definite one you should check out. And there's a series of these movies. If nothing else, the poster alone for the movie is worth seeing. That's all I have for this one. Till next time, why don't you all stay safe out there in the wasteland, folks.